Alright guys, welcome back to the Radit 2.0 that we're working on. Thus far we've added a user page, essentially not a profile page, but a user show page where people can see all the submissions made by a certain user. We've done a couple other things, and the next step, if you recall, is to add functionality so that when a link is submitted, a user doesn't have to worry about adding www or a protocol, and it still works. So if you check it out, if we go to Hacker News, we're going to get an error because this route, news.ycombinator.com, isn't recognized in our app. Same thing if you do visit link here. Same thing for any other site, vimeo.com, etc. So let's go ahead and fix that. What we're going to do is create a helper. So let's go into helpers, and that's in our, just for reference, if you have no idea, that's in our app folder. We'll go to helpers and we'll create a new file called, let's call it URL, whoops, I need a S and a slash URL helper. And this is a Ruby file, so we'll save that. Something's going on. We're going to say no to that because something's happening. Let's create a new file here, slash URL slash helper RB. Huh, that's strange. I think am I doing the wrong command? I think I'm trying to create a new node. That's not good. So URL helper.rb, that should work. There we go. Okay. Why not created? What's happening, people? Something's going on here. What's going on with this? Let's delete this. Yes, delete. Okay, we're gonna add a node, help URL helper.rb. There it is. Great. Whew, that was a process. All right, let's open it up. And these, well, for reference, you can go ahead and take a look at some of the other ones. So this is what they look like. You got a module and the end statement. So we're gonna call this one URL helper, URL helper, and def. My dog's going crazy, and we are going to create a method called URL with protocol. Call this whatever you want, but we'll just call it protocol so that it adds the HTTP to it. And there's going to be some commands here that may look a little foreign to you, but just bear with me. This is sort of a bootstrap version I threw together, so if you have a better solution, please let me know. The I will match with the URL, take that as a parameter, and we'll say if, we'll add the URL. If not, we're going to add HTTP to it. And we're also going to pass in as a Ruby object, there we go, as a UV string, the URL, and we got to close that up. Let's see, everything looks okay, and we also need to close the module. So we've got, let me just run through this real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, alright, that seems okay. Now, let's see, let's try it out. If there's an error, there may be a syntax error there or some sort of a typo, but let's go ahead and add it to our view now. I'll come back and change it if there is. We'll go to index, and this is where we want to do it. Let me see. Let me just take a look at our app. Yeah, index, and then we're going to add it on the show page. So we'll go back to the index. We're going to, let's see, I'm going to have to butcher this code a bit. Let's just go ahead and take out this line. And instead, I'm going to add a new line. And it's going to be a span because I'm going to change the class. Let's change it to button default. We'll make it a small button. I think this is the same thing he had. And then we're going to have to link to. And we'll put some text here, visit link. We're not going to change any of the text he had. And then we're going to use our helper, URL with protocol. As you can see, created over here. And then what we're going to pass in is the method with the argument that we specified. So URL, and in this case, it's going to be our link's URL. So link, created up here, .url. And we'll close this up. And let's close the span just to make sure we got our styling. And let's run it through one more time. Let me fix this up so it looks a little prettier. Whoops. There we go. Okay. And there's a syntax error. right here. Always good to double check. I make a lot of mistakes because sometimes I move too fast. Obviously here I'm missing a modulus sign. Link to visit link URL with protocol. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All right, we're gonna reload and let's submit a new link. These should work, but just for you know, just to start fresh, we'll submit a new link. Great, give me a website, yahoo.com, submit. Notice that we didn't add www or http, Yahoo, and we're gonna click it again. Oh, that didn't do nothing because it's right here, so we're gonna visit the link, and boom, Yahoo. Awesome, it worked. Now let's try the other ones. Hacker News, visit link. Cool. So if you recall, we didn't have HTTP or www on any of these, and our helper method is hooking us up and letting us redirect to these websites even if we didn't add the protocol or the www. So, awesome. Let's go ahead and add this to the show page now because we only have it currently on the index page. So if we go here, Yahoo, we want this visit URL to do something. So let's add that. Let me see. Let's go back into Vim. And instead of this file, we are going to open up the, let's close the index, and we'll close, we know that our helper works, so let's close it. Instead of the index, we are going to mess around in the show file. So we're going to look for, what does our page look like? Visit URL, submitted by, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Next thing we got to do is find that. So where is that? Let's see, visit. There it is. Okay, very easy. I love that search function. We're going to go ahead and add some stuff here. I think we can use the same styling. Everything looks good. Let's just add our method. So protocol, we'll wrap this up, and we'll put a parentheses around it. And let's go ahead and see if this works. So link to link path. Okay, everything looks decent. Let's just try it out. If it doesn't work, we'll fix it. So go to our app, refresh, visit URL, boom, Yahoo. Awesome. Vimeo. We'll go to the Vimeo, visit URL. Awesome. Cool. Okay, guys, so we went ahead and added some functionality to make our app a little more user-friendly so that they don't have to essentially create super specific URLs. You know, because that's just not something that you would expect in like a, you know, in a Hacker News or whatever. When you submit to Hacker News, you can include the protocol or you can not include it and it'll still work. So just for the sake of making it a little more user-friendly, we created a helper and we added it to our index and our show views. The next thing I think we should do is to create, or you know what, let's go back to the app and I'll show you guys what I mean. Hacker News has somewhat of a, let me show you, a URL for where the link came from right here, googleblog.com, right? So Bloomberg, etc., etc. So what we can do is show that right under here so that, I don't know, if for some reason, and you know, we don't have any moderators or anything, if for some reason somebody posts some malicious link like some porn or I don't know, a link to a virus, people, before they click the link, will be able to, before they click visit link, we'll be able to see exactly what the URL for this link is. So for example, this will say news at Y Combinator, this will say Vimeo, so that they know that it's legitimate. There are ways people will be able to disguise it, but you know, for the sake of this app, which is you know, a starter app, and I don't expect there to be any hackers or anything, it should serve our purposes. So let's get started with that. The first thing